it's Diane once again from Tattered Edges Design. I've got a new journal going here, and I was going to grunge up some of the pages, not probably all, but anyways, I thought I'd turn the camera on and see what happens. This is the cover, which I've never used this before. I'm sure you can tell what those are. They are flashcards, old flashcards. And I did add a little collaginess and some stencilness, a couple stampy things. But that's all I've done with the cover so far. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the inside. But anyway, the pages, since, my first thought was flashcards, maybe a school kind of thing. But since they look so vintage, I put these on, and it was like, well, it looks a little more vintagey, grungy. So that's how we evolved to that. And I will say, oh, I didn't get a paper towel. Oh wait, here's one. I've never really done this before. I've done, I've adjusted a few pages. I've painted in my own journal and that, but I've never really tried to grunge up pages, ahead of schedule here. So let's see, we've got some paint, we've got some gesso. I've even got some book text and stuff here if I want to just glue something down. And since this is the very first page, you would see. I don't think I'm going to do anything to that one. But let's see, this would be like this. So, since that page is so blank, I think I will glue down a little something and then paint over it. It's kind of hard, well, for me anyway. I suppose everybody has their own take on this, but how much do you want to add to a journal? The intention is for people to write in it or glue in ephemera and, ticket stubs and whatnot. So you obviously have to leave room for that. But it's fun to decorate them up, right? I don't know. And I suppose, every journal could be different. This one could be a lot of decoration, and then maybe the next one ain't, right? So I'm just totally, goofing around with paint. A monkey or elephant could do this, and they have. And probably do it better. Kind of like that. I've got ink here too I may do something with, but, once it's dry. Alright, that's not bad. Let's set that aside because it's wet. I think I'll leave that alone. Something on here. Well, it's so white. What if we go? I've got, you sewer people know what these are. These are new modern plastic thread spools. But they make neat stamps, if you will. There, I got paint on me. And by the way, these are all cheap craft paints I've got here. Not too expensive gesso in my little container. And these are really cheap, not even well kept brushes. They're really bad, and that's intentionally why I got them, because I wanted, stuff to look grungy and paintbrushy, strokey, and so I didn't even want to use my good brushes on these. So see, if you just paint the ends, those rings, look what we get. Isn't that kind of cool? Right? And if you're a sewer, you're going to get these sooner or later anyway. I think that's fine just like that. Then I will say, I do kind of clean these off. I'll, run water over it later. There. That's pretty cool. We'll set you aside. Yeah, these are going to get all mixed up, but as you can see, I've got some of the pages numbered, so that will help. Here we have a nice blank flippy down something. If we glue some stuff to that and then do something clever over it, like I don't know what. And I will say too, this, at least this beginning segment, is going to be short. I've only got about 10 minutes before I have to start dinner. So, such is life, right? part of an engineering book, which actually, there's a page in here somewhere. Is it in this one? It must be in the next signature, but somebody actually underlined some sentences there. I thought that was kind of cool. I'm just being very random, and I know this is making it so somebody maybe can't write on this page. I don't know, but like I said, so this one is going to be like that. It's kind of fun. I'm also, when I make the pages, I add the pockets, then I add some fabric trims, then washi and stamping, then any sort of fussy cutting, that kind of thing, images, then I do that. So this grunging isn't the last step. All I did so far was pockets. I'm going to add fabric and some washi and probably some stamping. Is that off camera? Or camera? Out of frame? I guess off camera. That makes sense too, doesn't it? I don't know. I did take a film study class in high school, but I don't think they got into that kind of stuff. Okay, you're going to have to go be set aside too. I'm going to run out of room to put wet papers. Well, that's pretty grungified as it is. Yeah, I did ink all these pages in case you don't see that at your distance. But that's for you people that have done that. This isn't even a particularly large journal as far as the number of pages. Boy, that took a long time. I think we might just leave this like this. Maybe, oh, some paint got on there. I like that. Okay. Now you're going to have to go aside. Yeah, I can tell this is going to take a while by the time you let these pages dry. Well, here's a nice blank page. I did bring up just a couple colors because, you know, trying to keep it vintage grungy, if you will. I don't want a lot of color, really. But I don't want it all just gesso either. What about some splatters? Backing up. That's fun. Love a good splatter. Okay, you gotta go set somewhere. Alright, we got a little blue on this, which I don't mind, but I think I'm gonna smear it over. That's kind of fun. And you can even fold on yourself, I don't care. I think we'll leave that alone. I think we'll leave that alone. Maybe we will just sew a little bit over this just because it's sort of busy. I'll get more blue off than that. White. Good enough? Okay. Alright, that's pretty good, and that went pretty fast. So let's get on to signature number dos. I guess I'll leave that. Ooh. Lots of white space to do something clever. Very needing brown. Maybe a little text thing here. Let's see, what else do we got? An old German. It's even in the old German alphabet, I think. It must be because I can't read it. I know some German, but not the old. Glue, where did you go here? I still have locusts buzzing. It's not even that hot today. I'll put it down here. This won't be too long. All the windows will be shut and all the bugs will be gone for the year. Ooh, we left the paintbrush in there. Got all goopy. Okay, don't do that. Don't do what Diane does. Looks like a needle stain there. What about some white though? It's pulling up the brown, which is fine. Well, that's fine. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I think, anyway. Who knows what someone else is saying off in YouTube land, huh? What is she doing? That looks terrible. What about some different then? Since that'll be, this is facing the page we just did. Some different brown spool stamping things. That one didn't work too well. I did find if you, I don't know how to describe it, sort of pad, bulk up the back on some of these. See there? That works better. I don't know why, really. Yep, better. Okay. You go dry somewhere. I think I'll leave you alone. This one could just get some white. Yeah, this is that engineering page. Kind of neat, huh? Yeah, if you're a journal maker or collage person and can ever go to a book sale or a library book sale or something like that, don't pass by the, the boring science and textbook section. Okay, I kind of like that, except it's so white compared to the old book page. Let's see what we can do about that. And I think we'll just grab our paper towel. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, you go dry somewhere. And we'll leave that alone. I guess I'll leave that. Maybe this can just use, this is scrapbook paper. Like, oh, somebody dropped their gesso-y brush on it and it kind of rolled away and got yucky. It's kind of fun. Okay, fine with me. Definitely grunge, and I'm running out of room. Here, you go there. We'll put some paint on this text here. It's sort of, what's that? This gray? Yeah, gray. Make sure it wasn't silver. That's not what the look I'm going for. Ooh, what's that doing? I bet it was in my, I've got a bin of these elsewhere, and it might have been, and they're sort of exploding. It might have been tipped in the bin. That's kind of cool. Alright, you go dry. Leave it. And we'll put something on the edge there. Since, of course, I could put washi there or something too, couldn't I? Decisions. You know what, while we're thinking, why don't we just hit it with some paint? Okay. Alright, and you know what? I guess that's it. Well, that was fast, except yeah, once these are dry, I'll probably go back and do the other parts. But I just thought I'd do that real quick and let you see it. Um, I don't know if I'm going to stretch this into more of a video. Maybe when these are dry, I'll finish off the other side. Okay, I'll come back when they're dry and probably after dinner and do like pages that I couldn't do because these are wet. Okay, be back in a little bit. Okay, I'm back. Stuff is dry. So let's see, we're going to leave that out of the way. This one alone, that's done. I think that's okay. Alright. And this page is awfully thin. I don't think I'm going to paint on it. I'll put paper or something over that. Well, maybe a couple circles on this. How about blue to go with the dots over here? And yes, it's getting a little late, so I hope the lighting isn't terrible. Oh, that's kind of fun. What if we stamp one kind of off? We'll protect the paper underneath there. More paint. Okay. Alright, so you go dry somewhere. Actually, that's kind of cool. It shows through a little bit. Which normally, I'm not a big fan of stuff showing through, but that looks okay. Alright, that was done. Done. Nothing. Well, this could use something. What could we do? We just always go to the gesso, right, and knock back this text. What I have done in the past, and sometimes it works really well and sometimes it doesn't, but you take, well, you don't take, you have wet paint on something and then you take a little text, which magazine paper seems to work better. Let me grab a magazine, and just stick it to it, and then when it's kind of dry you take it off and it sort of sticks somehow. It's kind of neat. Like I said, for some weird reason, it doesn't always work. I don't know why. I'm no science expert. Let's see. Well, these pages are sort of more pulpy matte. I think for some reason the glossier pages work better. Let's see, where is a glossy something here? It's a catalog. It's not very old, as a matter of fact. Alright. We'll revisit that and see how it turns out. It's a little white paint on the dots. How about that? Oh, we left our paint in the gesso. Oh, she did it again. Don't leave your paintbrushes in your paint. Paintbrush people will come knocking on your door. Oh, and I've got a dog scratching on my back door. Can you wait a minute? I'm surprised she's not barking. She's usually kind of bossy. Oh, maybe somebody else will be nice and let her in. Alright, that's kind of something. Alright, dry. And leave it alone. I think I'm going to leave it alone. Well, just little brown schmutzy stuff. Of course, she picks the brush that's got all the gesso on it here. Oh, just a minute. All right, just Give me 1 second. Okay, entertain yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, I'm back. She's in. Everybody's happy. That's kind of neat. Imagine people from, 100 years ago going, "You're intentionally staining stuff? What are you doing?" Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, you go dry somewhere too. Now I got brown on my finger. I think we'll leave that. Maybe the flippy open thing could do something fun, huh? What could be fun? Well, what if we sometimes I kind of like if you sort of edge stuff. And that way it won't interfere with, somebody writing. All right, that's fine. Okay, you dry too. All right, on to signature number 2. Done, done. See, it's kind of fun. And you can kind of see through on these. Let's do something. Actually, this could use some more. But yeah, I don't know what is with. I don't know if it's just the brand I have or just so nowadays. It's not that heavy. At least this isn't. I mean, technically you're supposed to be using it to prime canvases, and it's awfully thin for that. I don't know. I know what we'll do. Smudge, smush, smush, smush. Let's see what that does. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. So now you have to dry, and you. Let's go there. All right, leaving this one. Leaving, that's done. Leaving done. A little white on here. Maybe we'll spatter. Okay, do you say spatter or splatter? I always thought it was splat. But technically, like spatter were like dishes and that. It is spatter. It's not splatter. So I guess that's correct. Get this paint up here before it dries. Okay. I'm running out of room here. That can be left alone. Well, it's got brown on here. What if we do some brown something? What do we do? What's clever? I don't know. I'm looking around, see if I have anything I can use for the stamp or something. What about just the top of the bottle? I have done that before. Sometimes it's kind of neat. Sometimes it's, obviously it depends on your bottle top. But sometimes it's, That's kind of something. It's definitely heavy. Here, there. Okay, that's actually kind of fun. Okay, you could be done. Here. I don't know. I mean, it is awfully boring, but like I said, I'm still adding stamping and whatnot. Well, there's some green on there, although it's more of a turquoise. Let's see. Here, we'll use the top of our gesso container again, in case you missed that. I did this once before, using it as a palette. I didn't think I was going to be mixing stuff, so I didn't bring anything up. It's getting turquoisey, but it's awfully dark. And I got another dog panting behind me. It's not that hot. I'm hot. He was outside goofing around, that's why he's panting. It's not too bad. I hear more blue. If it doesn't match exactly, who's going to know, right? Alright, should we spatter splatter? Well, that looks pretty good, actually. Let's see. Alright, folks, I think we're done grunging up pages. So I really, I'm not sure if I'm going to go on and continue, you know, showing what I'm doing with the pages, or if this is going to be its own video. So we'll see. At any rate, thanks for viewing. Hope you found a little inspiration, and have a nice day out there. Okay, I forgot to show the paper I stuck with the paint. So let's look at that. I was right. The book page totally didn't come up, which I'm fine with how this turned out because I wanted it grungy anyway. But just regular book type pulpy paper doesn't work. But if you see the magazine paper, I don't know if you can tell. And the trick is don't let it dry completely. And it's very tricky. And it, to be honest, I have like about a 50% success rate with this. So this main technique may not be something you want to try really, but I don't know if you can see the ink from the other side of what I stuck down sticks to the paper, and it's actually pretty cool when it works right. And then in this case too, I got some grunginess of the paper that stuck, so that's cool too. So that's that. Okay, talk to you later.